Hello and welcome to the LEDCO, Division of Graphic Laminating, high-speed feeder, laminator, and cutter introductory video. This video is designed to give a brief video overview of the basic setup and operation of the high-speed system for end users as well as our esteemed dealer network. Note that this is a very cursory depiction of the setup, operation, and capabilities of this fairly sophisticated system. The respective owner's operators' manuals and instructional videos should be consulted for the most definitive, in-depth instruction and training. First in line is the LEDCO automatic sheet feeder. The feeder is completely self-contained and mounted on casters for easy movement. It is precision engineered for quick and relatively easy setup with a minimum of adjustments. The pile table is motorized and controlled by a single up-down switch. An adjustable limit switch controls the pile height automatically while running. Sheets are separated at the front by blowers and forwarded by a suction drum mounted over the pile. An adjustable tongue front with integral blowers controls the top sheets in the pile. Suction and blow are delivered by a compressor mounted to the frame. The side guide register comes with roller guide balls in 3 different weights to accommodate various media thicknesses. The guide is mounted above a wide transport belt and can be positioned according to paper size. An independent micro screw enables precision alignment of the output sheets. The feeder comes standard with additional stabilizing arms and hold downs to further customize feeding performance. Controls for main power on-off, speed adjustment, and on-off switches for the compressor and motor drive are located on the central control panel. Load your sheets onto the pile table and raise the table into place. As the feeder has been factory set up and tested with samples of medium weight and dimensions, you should be able to get good results right out of the box with minimal adjustments. Run off a good number of sample sheets till you are satisfied with the performance before positioning and linking the feeder up with the laminator. With your HS25 Thoroughbred laminator threaded with some high-quality graphic laminating film, pre-tested with some samples of the items to be laminated, and adjusted to optimal performance levels, and the stock feed tray removed, the auto feeder can now be wheeled and locked into place using the locking brackets on the sides of the registration infeed table. They are hooked over the auto feed tray mounting studs on both sides of the inside front of the laminator and secured in place via their respective thumb screws. Now we'll run off an adequate length of film to make sure it is clear of any wrinkles. Once running smoothly, fire up the compressor and the motor on the feeder and watch the sheets as they are fed into the laminator. Adjust the speed of the laminator to coincide with the infeed rate of the feeder. It's best to start slowly, then gradually increase the rate for both the laminator and the feeder. Now that you have gotten a good speed and feed ratio, shut down the feeder compressor and motor, then shut down the laminator drive. We will now go to the rear of the laminator to set the inline slitters as shown. Once the slitters are set, we can take the strands of slit scrap from the sides of the output web and set up the optional slit scrap rewind unit to automatically take up the scrap on a couple small cardboard cores as shown. The slit scrap rewind can be invaluable in managing pesky scrap that could otherwise fall haphazardly all over the workspace floor, or even worse, get caught in the rear pull rolls, creating a heinous wraparound situation. Now with the feeder, laminator, and slit scrap rewind all running at optimal performance levels, we can move back to the LEDCO Industrial Series 25-30-inch finish line high-speed cutter. This sleek new cutting machine runs on a standard 115-volt 15-amp line and requires no compressed air like other competitive equipment. This reasonably priced cutter has been designed to be used with either the LEDCO HD25 workhorse laminator, The new 25-inch high-speed Thoroughbred laminator is shown here, or any other 25 to 30-inch laminating system. The finish line high-speed cutter uses an integrated fiber optic sensor to precisely activate the shearing blades as it senses the leading and trailing edge of the sheets being cut. Speed is easily adjustable up to 150 foot per minute without stopping the machine during operation. Also, the upper and lower cutter blades are interchangeable, making the cutter economical to operate. Take a usable length of the output web from the laminator and feed it through the cutter as shown. There is a lever at the back of the cutter to separate the infeed rolls of the cutter to facilitate this procedure. Center the web under the dancer bar and slide the two side feed guides into place. With the machine's web and guides aligned and threaded properly, we can now fire up the cutter. Go to the control panel and turn the power key on. And press the green web control start button. The cutter feed rollers will grab, then advance the web, cutting it cleanly at the leading edge or nose, and advance again and cut the tailing edge. The cutter comes from the factory with the nose and tail dimensions set at .100 or 1/10 of an inch and at a speed of 25 foot per minute. The control panel is logically laid out for intuitive control over various cutting parameters such as speed, length, count, unit, nose, tail, and batch. These parameter controls allow for the precision high-speed cutting of a vast variety of subject matter. Please refer to the owner's operator's manual or instructional video for in-depth description, explanation, and utilization of these parameters. As mentioned before, the cutter now comes standard on a heavy-duty extruded aluminum stand and with a variable speed, height-adjustable power exit table to aid in transport of the finished, trimmed items. Like all other Ledco products, the 25-inch high-speed finish line cutter uses all sealed bearings for minimal user maintenance, and if the blade should ever become dull, they can simply be interchanged from top to bottom for a new cutting edge. However, we strongly urge you to call us toll-free before attempting any maintenance on this or any other Ledco product. All Ledco products feature a full 2-year warranty on parts and labor and are manufactured with pride in the United States of America. This concludes our Ledco high-speed sheet feeder, laminator, and cutter introductory video. We hope you have found it informative as well as entertaining. Remember, if you have any questions pertaining to this or any other Ledco product, please call us at 1-800-937-9697 or visit us online at www.ledcoinc.com or call Graphic Laminating at 1-800-345-5300 or online at www.graphiclaminating.com. Thank you.